All right, shalom, shalom. First off, let's give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Sincere shalom to all you men preaching this word in truth and sincerity throughout the four winds. And shalom to you striving and sincere believers. All right, I'm entitled this lesson, Strangeness of Salvation. All right. Strangeness of Salvation, which this new Exodus, all right, this new salvation and this new Egypt, our last captivity, it's gonna be a crazy sight, all right, for the heathens to see, and really our people as well, all right. You know, still going to be strange. We know that the chariots are real. We see them. All right. But just to even see the fathership, and you know Yahushua is the captain of that ship, so to speak, still going to be crazy. Still going to be a strange phenomenon, man. All right. Because the last person you think the people of the Lord are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we're going to get that. Said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. Tabernacles of Edom. These heathens, man. So let's start off with Numbers 23, verses 9. For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone. And this is a Moabite speaking on, you know, the salvation of Israel. And when it says the people, it means, you know, the Israelites, our people. The elect shall dwell alone and shall not be reckoned among the nations. All right. Shall not be reckoned among the nations. So we're not recognized as the Israelites, the children of the Most High. All right. And their perception of the Israelites is the small hats. You know what I'm saying? Amalekites. All right, and I'm going to get this right here. This must have slipped by me. All right, this happened 2 months ago in VOA News. Let me subscribe to that. And it says, Israel welcomes thousands of members of Lost Tribe of Israel. Because they know there's 12 tribes, all right? And they're just saying that there's Jews. The Jews are... They've told that lie for the longest, that they're the Jews. And a lot of people that know or familiar with certain prophecies know that there's more than one tribe, okay, or more than one kingdom. Because some of them say they're Levi, some of them say they're Benjamin. But the 10 tribes, the northern kingdom, they can't explain to you what happened to them. Okay, so they're basically accepting, you know. At one point, they said the Moabites, the Chinese, were Ephraim, all right, a couple years back. And now they're saying, you know, these are the lost tribes. Okay, so it has to be anybody but our people, basically. Okay, that's why it says shall not be reckoned among the nations. Okay. And when you think of, you know, royal people like the Israelites, you don't think of a nigga in the hood, right? You don't think of a Jake that's you know, grew up in poverty type conditions. You just don't think of that. All right, that's not what they teach. That's not what they promote. All right, so it's going to be a strange sight when you got the elect, the prophets, the 1/3 get called up and beamed up, man. Let's read Wisdom of Solomon 5 verses 1. Then shall a righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. All right, so what we're doing right now, standing upon our feet and boldly proclaiming that we're the Israelites and you're going to be judged, all right, and the next world to come, the next kingdom to come is going to be under Yahweh, Yahushua, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and King David is going to be our king as well. And it's going to be joint heirs, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, so-called. All right. that's a bold statement, right? To take that stance, which is going against the grain of all of Esau's lies, his sorcery, his pseudoscience, his pseudo history. It's all fake. So when we say that boldly proclaim that we're the Israelites, man, it's a strange thing and it's frightening to them. All right, and made no account of his labors. Here it is, they saying that white people built the country. They forever discrediting Jake. All right. So, this man is a slanderer at the end of the day. That's what we should expect. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Okay? And that's that huge fathership. Okay? It's going to be a strange thing. It's going to be a whole bunch of chariots in the skies, man. It's going to look like a sci-fi movie. All right? And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. So they're not looking, all right, for our people to be called up, to be beamed up, what they would call a rapture or whatever, which we all know that's not biblical. All right. That's out of sight, out of mind. Okay. Esau's claim for the longest that we're Hamites, even though all the slave signs, when he talk about buying our people, it always says Negroes or Hebos, which is basically it means Hebrews, okay? Or Igbo, that's where you get that word, West Indian word, Western African word Igbo, which is another variation of Hebrew. Okay, so that's what they called us, man. It wasn't until like the 1800s where they started saying African, man. And even then, they were still saying colored. So, Salakia. They started saying African American, that term, in the 1960s, I believe, with Jesse Jackson. All right. Okay. So far beyond all that they look for, verse 3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit. So it's not going to sit right in their spirit of who's going to be the elect. All right. Anguish of spirit, man. It's going to be very unsettled. What it says, shall say within themselves, this was he who we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb and a proverb of reproach. All right, that's why I brought that first one out. You won't be reckoned among the nations. Part of that is these names that they're giving to us, man. A proverb and a byword was one of the curses. All right, so they've totally, slandered us, made mockery. They did their part to fulfill the scriptures that the Most High said will happen. All right, and yeah, these are the people that's standing on their feet with great boldness. Verse 4, we fools, so they go and finally admit to themselves, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Okay, so even a Jake that's college educated, that's, trying to, fit in and do the right thing, these nations still look at you like you're not right in the head, man. All right, how much more a damn Jake that's homeless on the street? They think our lives are just, the worst thing ever. All right, it's just not. And his end to be without honor. And these are dishonorable people, man. They're violent. They're slaves. They get abused by everybody. They get lied to, and they keep feeding into the lies. Okay, so they don't think we're going to, be honored in the end. Verse 5, how is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints? Because it's always been, man. You've been duped. You've been lied to, misled. Surely our fathers have inherited lies. And that goes for everybody. But the elites, they know who the people of the Most High are. It's no secret. It's no secret out. The cat's out the bag. You do a little bit of research, man. And then we're going to end it off with Hosea 1 verses 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in a place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. And that place is America, but really as a whole, it's really wherever the Israelites are. But the mass, all 12 tribes are here in America, North America, what they would call the United States. All right, that's where the truth sprung out, in New York. Okay, and they've been battling ever since. And these heathen nations said, no, you're not the Israelites. So it's prophecy fulfilled when this happens. Okay. But no matter where we at, well, they don't recognize us as being the Israelites. Okay. But in that day, when all these strange phenomena happen, it's going to be no choice but to, admit that you were wrong and to acknowledge us, or just be put to death. And a lot of them are going to be put to death. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. All right. So I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakodash. All right. Keep fighting. Shalom to the elect.